All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. What in the? So hopefully we can get this entry. It's still looking good. I mean, it's kind of looking like it might just go without me. But for anyone watching after, this is the Patrick Wieland trading tournament through Legends Trading. I had to restart the stream a little bit ago just to fix a couple things, but yeah, we took a short last night right into this move down. Took about $500 of profit. Woke up this morning, looked at the leaderboards, which is a big mistake. Saw that people were up big amounts of money, which if they're up big, they can lose big, so it's whatever, let them do them. But I saw that they were up so much, and I just was like, oh, I gotta make some money, and I started just entering some trades. They weren't the worst entries, they weren't good entries, but I at least followed my stops and didn't just start moving them up and just getting chased out. But now I'm kind of just waiting for this proper entry of an actual setup. If it hits, it hits. If it don't, it don't. But it's kind of looking like they're just going to go without me. And like ES is still going. They never wanted VWAP. Wow. So I guess we'll just wait and see, but it kind of looks like they're just going to go. Hmm. Whatever. We'll have more opportunities. We have all week. But we just got to take good trades. We got to just be patient. Over about a third of the people in this trading challenge have already blown up. Apparently there's like 1,100 people trading in this challenge, and 370 have already blown up. Holy crap. I mean, you do get a reset, but holy crap. So people are on track to blow up this week. So we just need to put in some numbers. We don't need to go crazy crazy. We just need to put in some numbers. But dude, they really just hit this zone. I didn't like that zone. It was too big. They brought it all the way back up into like halfway through this zone. I want to see him at the lower end of this zone. Like on my entry here. I mean, we still could. Like they haven't really pushed. They're just kind of chopping up. Hit a sweep and hit a sweep. I'm hoping this is bottom tick, right? Like this could retest this zone, this little supply zone here, or yeah, a little bit of a supply zone. If they come back and retest it, I like it. Because then ES will try and run towards VWAP. NASDAQ, that's close to VWAP. Like, it's right along VWAP. It's in a supply zone. And then a push to the highs. I'm just trying to play with tight stops here. Tighter stops, because we're trading big size here. Way bigger than I'm used to. So I bet that's going to play a part in this. Trading way bigger than I have been, so it'll be heavy on the nerves, heavy on the emotions, you know? I mean, it is what it is, but let's try and put some numbers up. Because my goal is not really to win, my goal is just to do good. Put up some numbers, get on the board, don't blow up. But if this trade doesn't, if this falls all the way through, man, we'll be down good, but we'll be in still, so our risk is the right size for this account, right? Like, we are risking a good chunk of the account, but it's kind of what you got to do is got to put some numbers up here. We don't need anything stupid like these guys are doing, 30, 40K in a day, because you can very easily blow up very easily. Still looks good to sweep it, though. Hmm. Just, I wonder if I need to put my stops outside of the zone. That's a big loss, though. I could size down a contract or two and be safe and kind of just go for the break even to a little bit positive trade. Because if this one hits, we're up. We're up. Man, they're not wrong. Let's see if we can get that sweep. Sweep of the 154s or whatever those lows are at. If they sweep those, I see them sweeping the 150s and then down to VWAP at the 147s. Still looks kind of alright, but they might just go without me, which is alright. We'll just wait for another one, but yeah. Man, this really is just looking like they might just go. Oh, Nutty was up 8. Patrick's up 11. Ooh. Brett Simba's also at 11. Ooh, they're putting out numbers, bro. They're putting out numbers. That's crazy. I mean, dude, yeah, if I could get a top 50 finish, that'd be pretty awesome. But that's a lot of hope. They're just going up. They're just grinding, 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 grinding. Hmm. So hopefully we can get that sweep. But dude, I don't know because they're already up there. Oh, well, that's why. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say Apex. 13-3. Oh my god, he's still going. I still think it looks good. They might even want higher after that retest. Man, I just don't like the fact that they just like I wanted to see this push up to about here, they put it back up in the zone for sure. Like they pushed out of it, put it back, right? Then they put in a lower or a higher low. This little flag would have been it, but I was too busy getting out of a law or a short that technically closed above, retested the zone. Like that was good, but it is too close. It's too close. So I wanted to see him push it, break through the trend line, put this high in, and this was supposed to just kind of chop, and then there was supposed to be one or two candles that just like pushed, and then tink, like that was supposedly the goal, and then they just never, they just turned it around and went. As soon as they put that in, I kind of knew it was over, but I might have to get rid of this. Ah, man, they just went. Unless the zone, that's dumb. Unless it, whoops, kind of sort of something like this instead, which is a little unfortunate. That's big. That's big, and I don't like how high that is. Hmm. They're just going. ES trying to break out of its opening range already. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So did they push? ES didn't push their highs last night. Interesting. Interesting. Man, they're just rip. This is what I wanted to be in with that retest, but they just didn't give it to me. Man, I am really tired today. Should I just call it? Eat the loss on today. Come back tomorrow or later and try and put in some numbers. Man, they did what I wanted, just didn't get me in. I mean, this trend line isn't nothing crazy to put, but I was just hoping they'd come back and hit a retest on the trend line for one. hit a retest of the supply zone. There was reasons for them to go back a little bit more, and they just didn't. They just dipped without me. It's all right. I mean, yeah, dude, this is the move I wanted. They gave it to me. They just didn't give me an entry. So no free reset. That's funny. No. The amount of people so confused about this is kind of hilarious. Like they're all like, "Oh, do I get the funded account after if I pass it?" It's like, "No. It's a tournament." Man, they're really just ripping now. That's the move I was wanting, bro. So they're gonna take out those highs. So we could look for another flag up here in this zone-ish. Yeah, I could get behind that if they put something out that's nice. So let's see if they don't put out a nice little flag-looking thing here. Show some strength. If they put a big wick in and like try and reject it hard, I'm just gonna leave it. Choppy day. But if they put in like if they hold it up there at the highs, they have good chances of just continuing to rip for a while. I mean, they pushed all-time highs again. Speaking of, they're back above the previous highs of whatever yesterday and the day before. They're already back above those. Those were at like 195 and 180. So 180 was 2 days ago high. 195 was yesterday high. Man, man, they are just pushing, pushing, pushing. That's literally I had the right idea. That's what I wanted. I didn't just buy at market. I was waiting for an actual entry setup. I did this last night too. I had a banger long entry and they missed me by $1. 1 point missed me and then went and just ripped it all night. Damn. Oh, it's been muted. Am I just silent? Okay, no, we're good. What in the... Yeah, let's see if we can't, have some fun. So maybe we can put this little flag in here. 1 hour candle opened up, so we can see the manipulation down to make the move up. I like it. Depends if how hard they drop out here. And then play for the highs. Back at 42, 41. I like that. As long as we put in a decent flag looking thing. I'm not just going to enter on nothing, but... Because we're going to be a little heavy on this one. So we have to have good stops in place. Really? Wow, they're just gold's ripping, dude. I haven't checked that since what's that looking like? So gold has been absolutely ripping, dude. Holy crap. From the start of 25 in a year, they're up 50%. Holy crap. Silver's selling too. Wow, so I think I sold that and then it ripped 40%. Yeah, dude, they just ripped 30%. Oh my lord. And I just got, why? I sold it and then it just rips. man. That hurts. It's alright, my long-term portfolio has been doing pretty good. So I'm not too peeved. Maybe that'll help. Let's see what this dude said first. But yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, if this is a long stretch, but if by any chance that I won or placed top 5, I would 100% go out there to Florida. 100%. And debatably, if he offered me a job position, I would go out and take it, drop everything here, and just go. I mean, it's kind of what I've been waiting for, something to turn around. So I'd love to trade for the rest of my life. And if he can get me started, because as soon as I have a decent little chunk of money, I can set myself up for life. I don't need much. But that'd be awesome to trade for the rest of your life and not have to worry about anything. It'd be pretty pimp. Still don't know if I'm a big fan. They're starting to drop off hard here. So it kind of just depends on how hard they drop off of here. So let's see if we can get a nice little flag built out here. Just a game of patience, my friends. Just a game of patience. So as long as they don't start dropping the 90s and 80s quick, you know? If they push back up to the 210s, back down to the 90s, back up to the 210s, back down to the 85s, back up to, you know, as long as they don't push the highs and as long as they don't drop the lows. Then it's just a matter of where's the entry now? Ah, where's the entry now? Let's just hang out and see if we can find something. Like, it's when I start looking for trades and trying to predict what's gonna happen, that's when I start trading really bad. These dudes are putting up numbers. It's kind of looking like a top for the time being. It's not really looking like a flag at the moment. It's a little sharp. Guess it just depends on what they do here at the 90s. Yeah, it's looking a little steep. Like ES is looking the ES is looking good, dude. Like, do I just try and enter some with a tight stop here? Because ES is looking real good. They made it through their highs. They're putting in a flag looking pattern, hanging out up at the top, not looking sharp. But they could just start dropping this back out, and it could just be a very choppy day. We had a big move last night through the highs. Let's go take a peek on a bigger time frame here. That's the wrong chart. Like they took out the highs, put the wick. They're now back below them. They were above them twice now. But they just, it's looking a little steep. They're back in the highs. This is kind of the retest of the highs. This is nuts. This is kind of looking good. I just don't know. Like it does look good. It still does kind of look good, but this is a little steep. Like this could be a YOLO little long here with a tight stop, but I feel like it's just gonna immediately get taken out. Like I'm only thinking longs right now. There's no point to thinking short yet. I was just really hoping for a flag looking thing, and it's a little steep to be a flag. I mean, it could be a flag. It just looks a little steep. I mean, we might try it. It's kind of a YOLO account, right? Like you got to put up some numbers or you don't. If you don't, nothing happens. Even if you do, probably nothing happens unless you put up some crazy numbers. But let's just hang out and see if this starts moving back up through the 90s, up towards the 200s. It might be a decent little entry. Or back to the 180s, just above. Because it kind of does look good if they start ripping. I mean, this could be a trade with a tight stop, so it could be pretty decent. So let's just wait and see, but like this is looking half decent here. Do I want to wait though for a retest? Because I feel like every time I do, it just doesn't let me in. Kind of like that. That little wick was good. It's just a little steep, man. I've seen this too many times before. It's really risky. But if we can get a good stop in place, I'm alright with taking risky. As long as we have a good tight stop that we can trust. I was really hoping for a better flag, but this is looking steep, bro. This is looking like they're just gonna chop around for the next couple of hours. Yeah, as soon as I lose two of the exact same trades in the same spot, that's bad. It's like I want to enter long right now, but that's scary because they're just gonna stop me out, no problem. Do I just say fuck it with a tight stop? Fuck it. Let's just get in here with a tight stop real quick. And we'll probably be looking for like the highs-ish. 41, so right before the 40s. What are we looking at? Profit. Way profit, yeah. Okay, okay. As long as this can like actually push through these highs, you know? What is the 21s at? I might take that at the 21s too. Because we're at 1,000. I'm good with that. Let's see if we can't get through here real quick. Up to the opening range high at least. But I have a feeling this is just going to sweep me out and then I'm going to be done for the day. So if this takes me out, I'm just going to close out and come back with a little bit of not much room. I mean, we have a little bit of room, but nothing crazy. Because what? That puts us back to green somewhere up in here. 208s puts us back to green. Then through the 20s puts us there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're going to take us. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Unless they put in a higher low here and just rip it. Is it updated? No. Nutty numbers, though, boys. Nutty numbers. 20K top 10. Ooh. Wicked. Yep. Higher low. Yep. Here it goes. I mean, yeah, if we can see the manipulation on the 5 minute just a little bit down to then make this bearish or bullish candle on the 5, that's looking good. And if this 5 can go back up to the 210s, we're looking good for the 220s and then to the 240s. And maybe even higher. Come on, up to the 10s and we're looking so good. We need to see some strength up to the 10s. Might even just do something like that. But we gotta watch. This 5 minute needs to get up to the tens, right? Alright, I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna go grab something to drink, and hopefully this can be starting to move by the time I get back. Hopefully I just come back to a TP. That'd be pimp. P-I-M-P. I am back, I am back, I am back. Damn, I wanted to see some strength. I mean, we still like can, but come on, where's the strength, brothers? See, up to the 40s is scary though. Holding up to the 40s or 50s is a little scary. Like, part of me is gonna want to take it at the 22s or whatever the hell the highs is, the opening range high. It's a little scary. strength, 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 strength. A little bit of a flag retest looking thingy. Retested back to these old highs right here. Damn, I want it. I cannot. This long was it, bro. I just didn't get bailed. I wanted a little deeper pullback right here. I was hoping they would pull one or two candles that would just like tink and then go tink. And then just like this one, right? Where it's like flag, flag, bang, and then it starts to rip again. So. Wish I could have some music going, but every time I turn music on, even what I think is non-copyright, I get striked immediately. Like, dude, ES already made the move. Look at this. Look at this. ES already made it through their opening range high, through the previous highs right here, these highs. They're at the pivot up here, which is scary for this trade because I need them to just go so NASDAQ can just go. But then if ES is breaking their highs, like their whatever up here, these ones, NASDAQ's not going to be all the way up here yet. There's no way. Unless ES runs these highs, NASDAQ's not running these highs. So we'll need ES to really just start ripping, bro. Part of me wants to take like 3 at the highs, but it's a little scary because like it could just keep ripping because like they're at the highs. I see no reason for them to not push. Apparently Tesla's just ripping all day. 4%. They fell. I sold some of my long positions this morning at 7:30 when the market opened. Banging. Because I put the orders in on Saturday when they were all the way down, whatever, like, just for example, the TQQs got me another 2.5% by the time I sold just for waiting for the order to fill. So I thought it was going to fill at 2 a.m. last night when the futures opened up, but I forgot stocks don't open up till apparently 7:30 and don't let trades through, so. See, this could just turn around though, because ES hit the pivot pretty close to a double top. But the NASDAQ just looks like it wants up. It's just, does it take these lows out and just take me out before? Because it very well might. Worst comes to worst, we take, what is it, the 1,000? Take 1,000 off the top, which we're down 1560 right now, so it'd be 2560, 2570 with fees. So half. It's not bad. Half and half one day. If I lose again tomorrow, I lose the other. Probably lose the other half. Pay for the reset, unfortunately. I don't have the money to pay for a reset, dude. I'm broke. That's the thing, is like, how do you show up to the BDH because you won this trading competition, but then you start talking about your payouts and you're like, oh, I've only taken out $2,000 in the past 2 years. I've been broke for my whole life. I don't make money. But if he'll pay, dude, that would be so sick. Go down there, trade for a bit. He finds out that I'm actually decent, offers me a position. I would probably drop everything over here and go do that. Because that would set me up for life. And I could be gone for 5-10 years, depending on how it goes. Come back if I'm feeling it. It'd be hard to drop all the friends, though. And the hobbies and all that stuff, but I can't pass that opportunity up if it's handed to me. There's no way. that one's one I have to take. One of my, I guess mentors is a strong word, but one of my favorite traders out there, and he's living the life that I want to live. Like, why would I not go learn from the best? Go learn how he does it. That would be such a great life experience. All right, so if ES holds their opening range high, we are looking good. We're almost looking really good here. If we can continue on up here, put in a lower or a higher low. Put in a little bit of a higher low here. But this could be the top, and it might just take me out, which is going to be unfortunate because I'll be down half the account. And then I'll probably blow the other half tomorrow, knowing that I'll just trade on tilt because I see that I'm down. But if this ends up, dude, we can salvage it and be a little careful tomorrow, you know? But yes, with the double top, they're looking like they're just trying to crash now. Because that's the thing is people are just YOLOing these accounts. That's the problem. It's like it doesn't matter if you trade really good. People are gonna YOLO it and someone's gonna do nuts. Because I was up 500, I'm like, ooh, really good night. And then I see the $30,000 on the leaderboard, and I'm like, top 40 is 10K or whatever it was. Top 50 was 10K, and I was, oh my god. People are putting up numbers, dude. This is scary. Yeah, they're gonna take me out. Unless they just keep grinding up without putting in a low here. Bullish engulfing? Come on. Come on, give it to me. Give me that lower. Give me that higher low. Give me that higher low with a bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing. Did they? Oh my god, they hit the retest perfectly on that one. So they do it now, but not earlier on the bigger time frame. Come on. That long earlier was it, bro. It was it. It was it. We just didn't get in. We didn't get an entry. We had our entry. We had our limits set. We were ready to go. And then they just didn't get down low enough to take me in. And then they just ripped like fucking. What is that? 50 points? Oh my god. 50 points is crazy. That'd be the 132s? Yeah, 132 50. 132 54. Ooh. 50 points is fans. That's. I mean, you put in the bullish engulfing, but man, come on. 30-minute candle is no wick at the top. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. If they drop this 182 level, they're going to pull back probably down to the 50, 60, 50 area would be my bet. If not, the 70, 70, 60, 50 area. So I'm not going to hold through that if they go, but. But if this can be a higher low and they start breaking this out here, we're not looking half bad. I mean, I'd be totally good with 4 grand. 4 grand locked for today. I would be totally good with that. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. But they are looking good. They put the lower high or the higher low in. Bink to bink. If they can hold this, I honestly want to put the stop up there, but knowing them, they're going to wick it and take me out just because I moved my stop. So we're going to leave it, even though it's probably going to, if it goes below that, it's probably going to take me out. So it's whatever. But if this is a higher low and they start popping up here shortly, we're looking damn good. Because yeah, if they drop the 80s, they're probably going to the 70s or the 60s. 50s is a stretch, but they might. Come on, make this a higher low, please. See, we're back in this trading where we're hoping thing. I mean, we have a good stop. Whatever, we're not gonna move it. If anything, it's going up. It's not going down. So we just have to sit here and hold it. What is happening? What? What is it? Damn. So why does it not show that have to refresh it again? Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, hopefully this can just keep cruising on up, you know? I'm gonna close the leaderboard. I need to stop looking at it, bro. Just need to stop looking at it. Is this interesting? This stuff's bugging. Bugging. But if this is the lower, if this is the higher low, we're not looking too bad. We're actually looking pretty decent for it to just keep on pushing. Oh, that scared me. It's a little chilly here. Heater just turned on and spooked me. Maybe, just maybe. Do I have... Oh, yeah, so put that over there. Open this up, because why not? We'll just throw it on mute. Go back to here. I mean, yeah, dude, if this starts breaking out here, we're looking solid. ES is also putting in a higher low, just barely. Theirs looks more like a double top than a flag, but yeah, I like where my stops are. TP should probably be the 20s, but the 20s is 1,000 profit. Like, I don't know. I'm just greedy right now because of the numbers people were putting up. It's hard, dude. When you see people are up 30 grand, top 50 is up 10 grand. It's like my measly 500 ain't doing shit. But then again, it is a game of staying alive for 5 days, right? Like people who are making 30 grand in a day, if you can make 30 grand one day, you can lose 30 grand the next day. And they had $5,000 a room. Now they have, 30. But now it's pushed up to 50,000 on the dot. But like, how do you push an account from 50K to 80K? That's nuts. That is insane. 30K in a day, almost 40K, and that's not even updated. So I bet you a lot of those people are gonna start blowing up because they're YOLOing it. And if you YOLO, anyone can make money. It's a 50-50 shot, right? I literally was thinking about this last night. It's a 50-50 shot if you're YOLOing. You put 25 contracts on, it's like, dude, doesn't matter. If it goes in your direction, you're up 20 grand. But if it goes against you, how do you manage it? That's where most of these people, I think, are gonna struggle. There will be a couple that just keep getting lucky, but it's gonna be hard to get lucky a whole week, 5 days in a row. Trading that size, it's gonna be tough. But even like for me, trading this size right now is debatably just as bad. What? This thing's bugging. Bugging. But this is looking good. Bad executions this morning, but it is what it is. I looked at the P&Ls on, yeah, I just shouldn't have looked at the leaderboard. I knew as soon as I did that it was gonna fuck with me. It's all about the mental. You gotta be focused. That's the problem is like, do I need to take profit up at the 20s? Up through the old highs at the 20s or the 30s for the next little area that I'm looking at? The 20s and the 30s and then the 40s. And then if they break the 40s, I guarantee you they touch the 50s, no problem. But it's just, do they get up there, you know? Because right now they're getting real tight holding this, so I'm hoping we see a little bit of a wick to the downside, but it's going to scare me and think it's going to take me out as long as they hold it above. Or, just a straight up explosion from here would be pretty pimp too. I'd be good with that. I probably shouldn't do that. You guys can probably hear that. It's probably really annoying and really loud. This microphone's so sensitive to these desk noises. Alright, I don't even need this up anymore. I'm just gonna leave this up, whatever. If someone joins, that'd be cool. Currently sitting at $800 in positive in this trade. We're looking for a lot more though. That's the thing. but it is looking good still, above the trend line. I just, oh, if they start dropping this down, that looks like the sweep, and then they're gonna drop. But they've been hanging it up here so long. They might sweep that low and then go, is the problem. Might need to drop the stop to like the 80s. Or just below. Like, I just see this taking this out, but I really don't want to move my stop down anymore. Because that stop right there is half of the account gone in a day. Which is pretty standard for heavy size like this. I mean, you can't go light on a tournament like this. It's an account that doesn't matter in 5 days, so make it or break it, baby. Make it or break it. This is all for the opportunity to trade with the greatest and the best. Yeah, if I didn't fuck around this morning, we'd be a lot better off. We were up 500 last night from a little short. We would have been up like 1,500 last night if it would have filled me on that long, but it didn't. Gave me a beautiful looking setup. I set my entry on the charts, and then it just never took me in. So it's tough. If it took me in, dude, I would have been up big. Well, big is a strong word. I would have been up big for me. That's the thing. But nope. They just had to give me a great little setup and then not get me in. That's not bad, though. It's still looking good. I'm just wondering if they want to sweep the lows and take me out first and then go up. It's kind of what it's looking like. Because they need some manipulation. They've been sitting in the zone for too long. You have to break out of it one way to then go the other. Unless this thing just rips. That'd be cool. And all the way up to the 50s. Ugh, that's a stretch. We might end up pulling that TP down a bit. That's a little stretch. Just depends on how quickly they go through the 20s. That's a big one. If they just blast through the 20s and start holding the 30s to 20s, they're going straight to the 50s eventually. And they're still holding the higher low. They're still holding the retest of the 80s on that little wick from earlier. Plus, those 80s was support earlier, prior to that wick even. Yeah, if they can hold the 80s, I think the 250s are coming at some point. I'm really curious to see the leaderboard update tonight, though. See how many people have just absolutely grenaded themselves. That's gonna be funny. There's gonna be a lot of people that have grenaded themselves. A lot of people trying to go big. A lot of people shorting all this stuff. Playing in the chop will get you burned. Yeah, this will be pretty sick. If ES starts pushing, they run through their pivot, yank NASDAQ above the 20s. If they get above the 220s and hold it, I think we're golden. Entry was a little risky, not waiting for the lower high. But it did look like a good retest. They made it back into the 95s-ish, and that's when it kind of started looking good again. But then again, this could just trap to the downside and just take me out to then rip. Or they could just turn, I mean, it just looks too much like a cup and handle, and it looks like it's too bullish right now just to turn around and fall. If anything, they wick me out and then rip it. But I'm just hoping they run through the 20s and hold them. And then hit another little flag thing, or at least consolidate up in the 20s to 30s to 40s area. Maybe retest the 10s. But I don't really want to see back below the 2000s after they push up through the previous little highs at the 15-ish. Yeah, 15, 17s, whatever it is. Currently up like 10 points. So every 10 points on here is $1,000. 10, 20, 30, 40. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. So, I mean, if this trade hits, we're at like 4 grand, just over P&L on the day. And if it takes me out, it's a $2,500 loss on the day. So half the account for, that's a good, I'll take that risk. I mean, this account's kind of all or nothing. I mean, we don't have to blow it up today or make it today, but like, with those numbers people are putting up, some people are bound to get lucky and just hold those numbers. It's almost 11. So we got like 2 hours till I got a dip. I don't know if I'll be live for 2 more hours, but kind of depends on how this trade goes. I think this will be my last one for at least the New York session. We might come back later tonight, try some stuff. Who knows? Can you guys just hit a 90 sweep at best and then go? Or just go from here. That'd be pretty cool too. Yeah, I know it might be a little boring in here without any music or anything like that, but every time I try to play music, man, I just get copyright striked for no reason. I mean, it's not no reason, obviously, but I don't know what I can and can't play. Or I would have some music going. But every time I've tried stuff, and it's just, nope. I don't know how those dudes can play music. Maybe it's like certain stuff you can play and certain stuff you can't. I have no idea. I'm new to all this stuff. Man, this is choppy and slow, but they are still looking really good. I want to see the push through the 20s, but I don't want to see it too fast. Because if they start pushing too fast, they're gonna turn that thing right back around. Because yesterday, or I guess Friday, and yeah, I was kind of sort of thinking might have been the top-ish. Like I could see a big retracement in the next week or two. But as soon as they ripped up to the highs this morning, made new highs, I see no reason that they can't keep going a little bit. At least back up to the highs and try it again. See if they can make any push through it, or if they get denied at them again. They might put in a wick at the all-time highs again. That hourly is looking a little scary. It is, but it isn't, right? Like they broke the highs, fell back in hard, but then broke out again. So they're looking like they have strength to continue on up to the pivot on the hourly, which is at 48.75. Ooh, speaking of, I'm gonna drop that down a couple ticks then. Let's go to like 48. Because what's the pivot exactly at? Is that really 47.75? It is. 47.75 is the pivot. So it's I don't want to drop down too much, but let's try 1 point. Yeah, 1 point under the pivot on the hourly. That looks good. Because they should go touch that, at least. And then after that, there's nothing to look at. We're all-time highs, so it's hard to tell. Tricky, tricky. I mean, I don't really care what happens to this account. I've got my long-term stuff that I took some profits on today. Looking solid. So, don't matter to me. If this thing keeps ripping, that'd be pimp. If it keeps falling, good. I'll buy back in. Give me cheaper. Give me cheaper prices. I'll take that. But for this day trading stuff right here, this would be pimp if they just run the highs again. Hit a little retest, sweep the 90s, and then rip it. It's hard though, it's 11. It's middle of the day, lunchtime. It's hard to know. Hard to know, hard to say. But that would be pretty awesome, just having the opportunity to go down to, dude, imagine, place top whatever, couple of them. I mean, that's a crazy stretch, but everyone blows up and then only consistent people make it. Problem is Patrick's already up 13 grand too. Like, he's not going to lose all that. There's no way. He might lose some if he gets cocky, but he's not going to lose it all. And even beating that, like, there's going to be a lot of people up there on the leaderboards. It's going to be tough. But that is a crazy opportunity to be able to go down and trade with him if you win this. And if you're good down there and you're mildly entertaining, or at least show you have the ability to learn, he'll offer you a job. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that would be badass. Go down there, work for the best, learn a bit from him. Even if you're there for like whatever it is, 6 months to a year, you're getting paid good. Plus, you're learning crazy skills. But that would be pretty badass. Go down there, work for him for a bit. I would accept that offer 100%. 100%. Man, when are we gonna get the manipulation here? Because that's what's scaring me. They're holding it here too long. They need to get through the 200s. They need to like push over the 200s. They need to break the 210s. Sweep of the 90s first. There's like that lower trend line, but it's really, I don't like trend lines for stuff like that. They just start scaring me and they don't really, I mean, trend lines don't really work that well. Not for using them for entries. Using them to look at where the market's at in relation to the past is not bad. Let's see, what else is going on? What else is going on in here? I'm in. Oh, what? I don't. Why is that dude? He's live? Sweep of the 90s. Top Step's live. Of course they are. Top Step. Tom Crab. Is Bitcoin doing some stuff? Oh, they are. Wow. Where are they at? Oh, all-time highs as well. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, dude, they're... Still can't believe down there. I was like, oh, just buying in down there. That's wicked. They're just ripping. 125.4. Holy crap. Holy crap, they're just cruising. What is that from the bottom there? What would that have been? Holy crap. That's nuts. January of 23 to now, 650%. That's insane. I guess, yeah, that was 16,000 to 100. Holy crap. Only if I had money and knowledge to buy back then. Oh, that was crazy. And they're pushing for all-time highs again right now. They're close. I mean, they're like where the Nasdaq's at. They're just like kind of right under them. They're a little closer, but not by much. All right, yeah. So sweep of the 88s, but don't take me out, and then go. That would be pretty cool. They've just been hanging out here for so long. It's scary that they might want to sweep down to the 80s or lower. But I don't want to move my stop. As soon as I start moving stops is when I start trading really bad. If they can confirm this low is a higher low from the 80s, the 82s, We're looking pretty good. Little retest of the trend line. Little sweep of the 88s. Problem is everyone's got their stops at the 82s right now. So they might try for those. Hmm. So they already tested that wick. I could see him run into the 70s for a retest. That looks pretty solid for a retest. But then it looks, if they drop it to the 70s, it looks like they're going to drop it out from like all the way. Drop to the 70s. They're kind of looking good to drop to the 50s. Maybe they just don't want any higher right now. Who knows? Yeah, kind of looking like they're going to take me out here at least. Oh, they're probably going to wick it and then rip it as soon as I'm out. Unfortunately. Like, they've just been holding up here so long, it looks so good to go. They just might touch the 70s first, though, and then do it. Gotta love the NASDAQ, man. Gotta love the NASDAQ. I mean, I am playing with really tight stops. Yeah, I think this is the minute that I get taken out. This is the minute I get taken out, or this is the minute they pump to the 200s. Come on, bearish engulfing, keep me in this. Bullish engulfing, I mean, did I say bearish? I meant bullish. Yeah, it's not, they're gonna take me out here. That's alright. Man. Should I move it down? No, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. So as long as we stay alive, we can bring it back. That's fine. Not a problem. But as soon as we end up with a reset, that's gonna chalk the mental, and then it's game over. Come on, bullish engulfing, keep me in this. That'd be crazy. If you close above the 90s, close above the 90 to the 95s or the 200s would be even better. We're looking really good. Mainly on the 5 minutes. We got a minute, 10 seconds basically. Problem is if they get denied under the 200s, realistically the 205s, they're kind of looking like a failed breakout at that point. That 5 minute candle closed good. Right above the 90s, right at the 90s. Except if they push back down to the 88s and lower, they're gone for sure. ES is looking good. They're looking like they're going to try and rip the NASDAQ up here again. Then the ES is good up to the 797, 796s. As soon as they touch that, I'll be looking for profit. Ah, they're denying it though. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. This chop is wicked. Little double bottom action here. That'd be cool. This chop is wicked though. But it's good. They're still holding up at the higher end of the opening range. If they're gonna break the range anywhere, they tried to break out the bottom, they failed. Pushed back up, are holding it up here. Like it looks really good. It's just a matter of do they take me out before they go. If they can close above the 205s, we're golden. At least to the 220s, 230s. And as soon as they push up to the 210s, I'll be moving stops up. At least lock in like break even-ish. Just gotta sit here and be patient. This trend line's getting old now. I mean, I guess I'll kind of take an eye at this. It's just so flat. I mean, I guess see if they can push through it just to kind of give me confirmation on the upside. It's not a very good trend line at all. Not like I'm going to use it for anything besides just see where they're at in relation to the past. $105, 22 subs. Hell yeah. 22 subscribers with one video that did alright, another that did absolutely nothing, which is cool. Kind of just tracking my progress here. The videos are kind of stupid, not gonna lie. Well, one of them's kind of stupid. The one that got views I actually kind of like. Except I'm not trading a trailing drawdown account right now, so it doesn't really apply, but everyone got so mad, it was kind of funny. I was saying it's the wrong way, but it's like it's not it's the right way with the trailing drawdown account if you trade those. Like if you have a different style, trade something else, man. There's so much shit you can trade. There's so many different styles. Like if it works, it works. But people were shitting on me for that. It was kind of funny. It seems like all the best traders out there are on YouTube commenting on everyone's stuff. Everyone's right. And if it's not in their style, it's wrong. Like, no, man, if it works, it works. Nobody knows the markets. Okay, I like this. Finally. Now, don't do it too fast, gents. If you just start running up to the 30s, that's scary because it's just going to deny. But if you start making your way up nice and slowly, nice and chill-like, get up through the highs, little flag, break, get up there, little flag, break, we'll be golden. But if y'all just rip this in the next 3 minutes up to the 20s and the 30s, ugh, it's looking like it might just deny up there. Who knows? Who knows? So far, account is back to the green. We're currently green $200 if we locked it in right now, but I'm not doing that. We're in it for a profit. Break even's cool and all. You'll stay alive, but this account's make it or break it, so why not? Nice, they held those. Now, can we break through there? Whoa. Break through there. The 16s, yeah. Yes, making it through already. NASDAQ not far behind. At least they're chasing now instead of like earlier ES was just ripping while NASDAQ was holding. At least they're kind of moving together. Alright, yes, rip it. And yank NASDAQ through this, and then put in a little flag between the 20s and 30s, like I said 30 minutes ago. And then make another move up to the 50s. I think we're dialed. As long as they don't wick the 20 whatever this high. 22, yeah, like that. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted to see. You gotta close that up here and then flag it back down to the 20s. You can't close back under this. That's E. Alright, let me put 2 lines out here so I can keep track of these. Alright, there's one. I guess we have a couple, but these aren't very good. That one's not very good. But it is a line to watch. That was a resistance zone. That was a big resistance zone. Like we just saw, they just hit it and wham! So as long as they can kind of sort of stay up in this zone, we're dialed. All the way up, we're dialed. And then yeah, I'm kind of just hoping for a little wick through the highs up to the 50s. We might get it. Or they might just keep pushing and just like blow that shit out the water. Which is good for my long-term stuff, but gotta follow the trade plan here. We put these stops in and we put these TPs in. at the beginning, and as soon as I start messing with them in the middle of the trade is when I will screw myself. So we just gotta let it play out. Oh, right, they moved up. That I'm for sure doing. I'm doing that for sure. Because what is that? I mean, yeah, that'll lock in my fees for the day. Minimum if this falls all the way back down. I just don't see that happening. Like, I want to move my stop up to here, but I have a feeling they're going to flag back into the 15s. Like, yeah, I see no reason not to flag all the way back down into there. Retest the old highs. Make sure they can still hold them. And if they do hold them, then we're looking really good. But man, their ES is just ripping now. They're getting up to that area where I was talking about taking profit. Because that's a good area for ES to turn around. Nasdaq's got a long, because what's that same area on Nasdaq? That would be 74. Holy crap. I mean, I could see that. All the way up to 74. I could see that happening. Might take a little while, but I could see it. Problem is we gotta watch how ES reacts here at the 96.75s. If they reject that hard, it's kind of looking scary. Yeah, if they can just like, oh, that'd be super cool. Just a little slow chop up, kind of stall at the highs, and then just bink. I'm gonna move this up a little bit more, just in case. I mean, because what? 1500. Where's that at? 207.50. Oh, that's way too high. That's way too high. That looks like a good retest zone. Shit. I want to lock in my break even so at least the account's at 0. If this just drops off the face of the earth. But I feel like they're going to wick that. And then I'll just be at 0 and then it'll rip right up to TP. So whatever. We'll just trust the plan here. And if they break below the 200s again, it's for sure just dropping those lows out and it's a chop day. Retest the highs. Now, can you somewhat hold the highs? Would be pretty cool. But if they can hold those highs, they can definitely make it up there. That wick is scary, though. They got out of the opening range. So, yeah, as long as they hold those highs, get back out of the opening range, I see no problem. I've watched this happen too many times. It doesn't just fall out of the sky immediately. You'll at least get a wick. If they go and wick this and then wick it, and it might. Seen this too many times. Can't get scared out. This is nuts, though. $3,000 in the green right now. I don't think I've ever had a day this sized. Because I've never traded this size. This is insane. I don't know how you can do this on accounts that matter. I think the most I've ever traded is 2 NASDAQ contracts, and that was terrifying. On actual accounts, shit, I'm a micro trader, man. I can't be doing this all the time. But this tournament will help with dialing in emotions a bit with the higher P&Ls at least. Because that takes time. That takes a lot of time. And at least this account I know I don't care about. That's the problem, is if it was a real account, I would be really scared when I'm seeing negative $1,500 on the day and I only have $5,000 of room. That's a big chunk. You can't be losing that much and stay alive. But for an account that's only open for 5 days, no matter what happens with it, why not? Well, here's that flag back down into the highs. If they can start breaking this out here in a couple minutes, we're looking real good. They didn't drop it off hard enough, so it doesn't look like the top yet. Buyers aren't done. They're getting close to the all-time highs, so it looks like they're gonna want to push. I mean, you get close to them, and it's like you're gonna probably break them unless it's the absolute top of the market, which is also possible with everything going on right now. With that massive push up before, I mean, I could see this topping out here. Got that pivot up there. I mean, it's gonna take a lot to get through that pivot. And then on the minute, on the lower time frames, there's a pivot at the 310s. That's far. Yeah, that'd be a push and a half. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible with this stuff. 11:30. Get 2 hours, an hour and a half, realistically, till I got a dip. Because I don't want this running when I'm gone. I don't like. I mean, it is OCOs anyways, the bracket order, so it will just cancel it. So whatever order fills, it'll cancel the other one, but I don't know if I'm trying to just leave that. I'll be too stressed out about it. I mean, 1,500 on the account now. We're looking good, dude. We're looking good. If I can lock this $4,000 day in, we're looking good. And then just keep it alive. I'm going to size down tomorrow if this hits. And keep it sized down to probably 2 or 3 contracts, not 5. I'll lose it all if I trade 5. Again and again. I will lose it all. Flagging at the top of the opening range high. Holding these previous highs. Dude, this is good. Yeah, that's a good average, too. I mean, if this little wick right here could be the start of this push-up. So that's not a bad little average if you're really feeling it. If you're not liking your P&L, but I'm plenty good. I could size up more, but no, that's how I screw myself. Been burned too many times. Because the 5-minute looks scary. The 5-minute looks a little scary, depending on what this next candle does. The 3-minute looks alright. The 1-minute looks good. ES put in a nasty wick. But they didn't touch their profit target that I was hoping for yet, so I could still see a little more. Dude, the 1-minute looks phenomenal. And if this 5-minute closes up at the highs, it looks also phenomenal. What do we got? 2 more minutes? A minute? 1 more minute on this 5-minute? In about 5 seconds. Thirty seconds on the 5-minute. 15. I mean, if they close it as a doji, which it looks like they're gonna do, it's not bad. At least they didn't close it below the lows. As I say that, they drop it. It's a good close. So a little manipulation here, and then bring it back. And then this next 5 minutes looking so good because they've got their wick in the bottom. Oh, man. You just can't drop it that quick, though. It's got to come back. But if this 5 minute comes back, that looks like it's going to be the bottom of this flag. Yes, just touch the pivot down below. Part of me wonders if I should just lock some in up there, but they're so close to the highs, it looks like they want them. But, dude, I might have to take my stop down a little bit. Should I put it closer to break even? No, if they fall all the way back down there, that's not good. So as long as this 5 minute reclaims the 16s, we're golden. We're golden to rip through those highs. It's gonna hit TP if this holds up the 16s. I just think that pivot on the hourly is too strong of a magnet for them to ignore it. They got so close to it, but they didn't touch it yet. So big part of me thinks they basically have to go and touch it before they do anything else. Yes, holding good. They basically retested their highs as well as the pivot and are holding up so far. Nasdaq's looking good to reclaim the 15-16 area. Looks like they kind of already have. So now we kind of want to see them reclaim the 30s and kind of just go straight up to the 40s. And if they flag there, that's all right. But they need to hold these 16s. They need to stay above the 16s. I almost want to move my stop to the 10, 210s. Right below those lows, because if they break those out, they're going back down. But what did I say? Push up to those little levels I got right here from just right back over here. Bing, bing, and that one obviously, but that one's marked out in bright green, so it's hard to miss. But these two little resistance areas, push back up into there, make a little flag, continue on up, pushed up, made a little flag, reclaimed. It's looking good. This is another, like, this is a trade I would take. I might run it on a different account though. Oh shit, that was a flashbang. Oh. Dude, this actually, yeah, this looks good. Except what I'd want to see for an actual entry on another account, like a fresh entry. Honestly, probably put the order right there. The 1925s come up here, turn around, Hit that. Go. Yep. Break over the 25s. Back to the 19s. Up. Let's try that. What? Ugh. Gross. Q on the 5. Yeah. Alright, let's zoom in. Gonna buy 5 limit right there. Put my stops at the lows. TP through the highs. Well, if it fills me, it fills me. If not, you know, whatever. Good little looking entry. They might just rip it, and I'm in already, so not the end of the world if I miss it on the other account. There's plenty of opportunities. That's the thing, is as soon as you start chasing trades and trying to find them, you start just going downhill quick. You kind of have to be just sitting there and like, ooh, this actually looks like a really good setup. Try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? There's nothing else you can do. Just gotta keep trying. Can't fail if you never quit. I have to move it up like a couple ticks. Whatever. If it takes me in, it takes me in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. But this is kind of the idea. This account's a little bit down in the dumps at the moment. But you know, that's how it be. That's how it be. This is kind of the idea though. You get this, aka what I like to call a liquidity sweep. You have this support right here from, you know, the push up and then the immediate push down. Support. Support. Breaks through it hard. Jumps right back in. The candle that brings you back in is the one I like to put my order on. It's where some people consider the fair value gap to start. I don't know exactly how people run those, but it's kind of sort of the same type of thing. It's the bottom of the fair value gap, or I don't know if they consider it the bottom or the top, whatever, but I don't really like the fair value gap and all those fancy words. It's just support and resistance, man, just with fancy words. You're all looking at the same stuff. You're all basically trading the same stuff. It's just how you look at it. But usually after that sweep and then push right back in, as long as you get that confirmation, push back in, aka this, push back up towards this resistance area, hold it again, little flag back down, maybe it'll tag me in here. If it does, stops at the lows always, and then usually you just want to look for the high, but I believe that's too close to a 1-to-1 for me. Nice, so we're in. Stops down here. What are we looking at now? On this account, yeah, this is my normal-ish size that I would regularly trade, not these. I mean, I'm basically 10x'd from what I normally would. So we got 87. What's 87? 26. Okay, so that's not bad. I might take this one up like here just because it's a. This is how the trade's supposed to be run. 87 for 140. I like that RR. 90 to what 180 would be double, so just right around the 35s is double. Is a 2-to-1, but it doesn't need to be a 2-to-1. As long as it's over a 1, we're all right. But main concern is this one. So what does this put me at? 09s. 1650, that put me at break even on the account. I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. I want to move this stop, because if they break that out, that's looking scary. But I don't want to get wicked out. As soon as they break the 25s, if they push up above the 25s, stops are going to the 10s or whatever just below. But until they do that, I don't really want to move my stop. Yep, that's what I had a feeling of. All right, so the other account just got stopped out. That's all right. That was weird. Instant, just down 15 points. Then back up. 11:45. Is there like news? I thought there was no news today. What is going on? Yeah, 15 minutes ago that Governor Bailey, I don't even know who that is speaking. It's a oh, it's a British thing. That shouldn't have any effect, and that was 30 minutes ago, or 15 minutes ago. Hmm, that's weird. Just real strong rejection out of nowhere. Hmm. All right, well now if they reclaim the 25s, I guess my stops are going to the 06s, not 10s anymore. But I had a weird feeling something like that was going to happen. That's why I didn't want to move my stops. I feel like I should honestly move my stops up now, because if they fail it down and break that again, it's looking like a game. Oh, but they wanted to retest. I see. It's like I was saying with the little sweep or double bottom looking thing right here. Same type of concept. Put in support, confirm the support, rip it. But this is a bigger time frame one, so it's hard to tell. So it's more like the 5 minute. Hit a retest down to the 01s. The 5 minute says they hit the 03s. What? What? Why is... Oh, that's the micros. I see. What? Sure. But like I could see a test down to the 04s. Why am I on the... Put it on the 5? That's weird though. They just wicked that for no reason at all. I guess just to take me out of my main account. So funny, NASDAQ, so funny. But they held it again. They're flagging up here still. This looks still really good to keep moving up. I see no reason for this to just turn around. I mean, but they can do anything. It is the stock market. It doesn't care what you think, what price action says. It doesn't care. It's gonna do what it wants. So you just gotta be able to follow it, not be trying to predict everything. I mean, as I'm sitting here trying to predict everything now, just kind of spitting ideas out mentally and out loud so I can hear them, kind of walk through my thought process. It'll also be good for tracking everything, being able to go back and kind of watch over some of these. If I have a really bad day, see what was going on in the mental. That's my problem, is I can track my trades just fine. I can track when I'm doing good, why I'm doing good. But then it's like I'll just go on these streaks of like a month of just outrageous good performance. And then I get a little bit cocky or something happens with the mental, and then it's just a couple days and I wipe the whole month's of progress. The whole month or whatever the streak was, it'll just be gone in like 2 days. if not less. I don't know, like it's weird. I just start sizing up, start entering bad trades. I kind of do what I did this morning. Enter a short way out of where I should have. Takes me out. Immediately looks like it's going back down. Rejects again. I'm like, oh, it just took me out. Enter again. Right back up. I mean, at least I followed my stops and didn't just get rid of them like usual and be holding and then average in and then hold and then all of a sudden I'm like up here and then I see it coming down. I'm like, oh, we'll be all right. And then it's all the way up here, still holding for some reason, and then my account's gone. I don't know, man. Trading is an interesting game. Interesting game. It's very difficult. It's just a mental battle. Like anyone can figure out how to read price action and read the markets. It just takes time. It's like learning a language. Anyone can do it. Just depends on how long it takes you. But then in this game, there's a mental aspect of it too. And that's debatably the hardest part. Not debatably, that is the hardest part. It's handling your losses, being able to walk away, being able to say you're wrong. It's all right. But the mental game is absolutely insane. All right, I'm going to move that up. Like I said, they reclaim the 25s. They haven't closed over them. What the hell? They haven't closed over them, but... Oh, that's tight. We are still looking good. Everything's falling apart over here. But yeah, reclaim the 25, stops up to the lows. ES is about to push up and touch their opening range target right here. This little one. 96.75. They're looking good to go press up and touch that though, and that's where we might have some denial on the NASDAQ. We'll have to see if they get up there and just deny that or if they can get through it. But as long as the NASDAQ starts pushing, trying to pull them through, they push, pull them through, you know, it's kind of a tag team type of situation here. But we'll see. As long as the ES can pull them through here. If they deny this hard, though, we might just need to take our profit. Because we're getting close to the profit target anyways. Flashbang. God damn, why does that do that every time? Just goes bright white for no reason at all. Everything's in dark mode and then just flashbang. Oh. Oh, I see. It's because it filled 2 orders. 2 and a 3. Interesting. I was like, $35. I lost more than that. Okay, so 80. That's alright. 80 on a, yeah, I mean, we got 330. We don't got much room left, but it's whatever. That account doesn't really matter that much. When do I enter a trade? Under what circumstances? It kind of just depends on what the market's doing. Like I was saying with this one, I kind of like the continuation ones, like where you just get this push up into a flag and then enter on the retest like I did. But then this one's just like, I mean, I don't know if you saw that candle or not, but just instantly wicked down. So a little unfortunate, but I guess it happens. But that's usually the kinds of trades I'm liking, is like the continuation. Like this one earlier, I was looking for the shorts because they had this move down after breaking the highs overnight, right? So they already pushed up, tried again, denied it in the morning. We're making a move down, put in this like flag looking thing here, this little bear flag. I should have been entering, after I saw this wick and then this candle right here came down. Nothing really retested though, so it was kind of hard. And then I don't know, I got scared of missing out, so I saw this retest right here, and I was like, oh, they're failing again. They're gonna go, and I mean they did, but they bounced it through these lows. They didn't have any continuation through. And then I just tried again for absolutely no reason. But there wasn't much I could do in here until they made their move up. Started flagging again. A little retest. This entry was a little bit early, but it wasn't bad because they had support here at the 84, 85s. I don't know. I don't have like a set exact circumstance to enter because every day is different. So it's really hard to just have something set. But mainly just continuations. I don't really try for reversals. I've been burned too many times. I kind of just look back and see major levels of support and then resistance. I guess the big reason I entered this one is they pushed up to closer to this resistance level, but they didn't quite make it through. ES, on the other hand, ran straight through it. So ES was showing that it wanted the upside. NASDAQ was showing that they were strong enough to at least get close to it. And usually when they get really close to a high like that, they're going to go take it out. So that's why I'm thinking that this high is probably going to get taken out because they're getting real close to it. They're hanging on up here. They didn't just drop it out of the sky. Like if this would have pushed up again and then fallen all the way back down into here, that's why my stops are right in here. It's because if they go back into the zone completely, this little, where is it? This little zone right here of like the chop zone, if they went all the way back into the zone, they failed the breakout and they weren't holding above anymore. So it looked like they were going to flag, drop again. So that would have been a possible entry if they fell all the way back in here, put a little flag. Right, they get close to the lows, but they don't break them yet, so it kind of looks like they want them. Flag it and drop it. But it's kind of a hard game to tell. But if they wanted this to be the high, they would have fallen off hard. Quickly. Like it would have been fall, little bounce, fall, little bounce, fall, and they would have been back in here. But they kept holding this zone. They kept holding above it and staying up there, so it looks like they want to break it. But that's the thing, I kind of just trade what I see. It's like reading a language. It's very difficult though. It's trying to learn a language that doesn't have a dictionary. Today's also a little weird. I mean, I expected choppiness because they had whatever it was, 100-point move overnight. They go from 25,050. Yeah, I mean, they almost had a 200-point move overnight. So I wasn't expecting them to do a whole lot today. But this tournament started, so I just was entering trades and just being dumb in the morning, and then I had to focus up a little bit and actually wait for a setup. But it's kind of all the basics put together, like cup and handle. You kind of like it just kind of gives you the basics, give you a general idea of what could happen in the markets, and then you start fine-tuning it where you find your success at. Like I tried reversals for a long time. Like I used to sit here and wait for like a wick like this, and as soon as I saw a wick like that, I'd be entering long. And like sometimes it would work, but other times they just keep breaking it lower and lower and lower, and they keep wicking it. So it'd wick it and then it'd break it. I would just move my stops as they go closer, and then they'd wick the newest low, and then I'd buy back in again more, move the stops, and then it'd wick it again, buy back in more, and all of a sudden you're in 7 times your size, and it drops those lows one more time, and it blows your account up. So I got smoked too many times on reversals, so I'm just trading continuation. Make them move up as long as they don't reject it super hard. looks pretty good to be an entry. Like that's why this one was a little scary at first, is they rejected it pretty hard and like fell. I was looking at it, I was like, it kind of looks like a flag, but it's a little steep. And also waiting for, granted, I've been terrible at it today, but waiting for confirmation, as in like this double bottom, not even double bottom, just like this higher low kind of confirmed that it didn't want lower. If they broke this out again, then it probably wanted lower. But as soon as you see that higher low put in, they start pushing back into a zone. It's pretty good. Because at least with a higher low or a lower high, you know it's kind of sort of confirmed that it's not just going to keep ripping. It at least showed you that there was support or resistance, whatever way you're going, like above the breaking point. And double bottoms are pretty good like this, where it sits there and flags. Looks like it's going to break out, gets everyone long, trap, double bottom, rip. You got to wait for the trap. That's the big thing. It's always going to try and trap. Like this is scary with this little double top right here. This kind of needs to, if this starts breaking back down, it's going to take me out. Like they need to get through that. Because that could be the trap for the bulls. Double top it, run it down. Make a flag here, drop it, make a flag, drop it. I don't know, it all kind of just comes from years of watching the charts. Like you don't even have to be trading to like get good at trading. You just have to show up, look at the charts, whatever. Think about it for a bit, do your technical analysis. Come back later and see if you were right, see why you were right. Like kind of go back and just review it and just keep coming back and looking at the markets, and eventually you'll start to see patterns. Like your brain will pick up on patterns whether you recognize it or not, and then you'll start implementing them into your trading once you can start recognizing the patterns. But everyone will start picking up patterns, you just might not know it. So you just have to keep showing up, watching it. Like I said, it's like a language. It's like learning a language just without a dictionary, so it's kind of difficult. But I mean, don't take your advice from me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've just been doing it for a little bit and have a mild idea. All right, come on. We need to see this go through the 30s. And more than just a wick. If this wicks the 30s, this is scary up here. They need to just, they kind of just need to go. I mean, they're so close to those highs, it kind of looks like they have to, right? Like they're so close to those and they haven't put a big wick in yet. It kind of looks like they just have to go. Now, do they make it all the way to the 47s or do they just wick it by a couple points? Because you know how many stop losses are up there for everyone shorts? Everyone who's short, everyone who's been short or who is short has their stops at the high. Like that is the last point of resistance on the left side of this chart because they're at all-time highs. So everyone's stops are right there. So the markets know that and they're probably going to go take those stops out. So that's another thing is you can kind of look and see where the obvious stops are at. Like there were obvious stops at this high as well. And for all the people short in here and short in here and then getting more short. And they're thinking, oh, it's really going to break here. It's really going to break. And then it just bounces. And you're like, all right, after it started bouncing, you're like, all right, this is going to go now. And then it goes and takes those stops out, flags a bit. People are getting short again. Their stops are at the highs. It's like, all right, it's probably going to go now. Except they didn't really like put in a sweep or a trap or none of that. I guess this one was the trap. Literally, like they trapped me, I got long off this little flag right here. I thought that was the trap, and then bang, there goes my stop. Obvious stop right at the low. Take it out, bounce it right back up, and now they're gonna go. Ooh, that's scary. That needs to like go and not wicket. Like I really don't want to see them dropping back in the 25s. They just need to turn this around and just kind of make their way on up. I think they will because they're so close to those highs. They kind of have to. It just might do it really fast. Like if they don't want much higher right now in the longer time frames, they might just wick the 41s, wick the 42s, maybe not even make it to my TP and then just fall hard. Or they break through it and keep pushing. No, this needed to like go though. I almost want to put my stop up here now. Because if they fail that, that's scary. It's because ES is denying right where I said they would. 96.75s. They haven't closed above it yet, and they're just denying it. Yeah, because if they start dropping, their obvious stops are right where mine's at. So they're going to go take that out. Man, this is a tough spot. Do I just need to lock some in here? Or do we trust? I like that. Wicks are really good. Wicks tell a lot of the story. You'll never see a high or a low, really, like a major high, major low, without big wicks, right? You'll see these massive candles all of a sudden at these lows, and then usually the low has one of these massive wicks, or a high will have a pretty decent sized wick. Like on the higher time frames, this was a big wick. Like the 5 minute has a really big wick right there, really big wick right there, really big wick right there. Like even on this little flag, really big wick right there compared to the rest of them. Huge wick. Starts the move up. Like it's wicks kind of tell a lot of the story. Not always, like you don't there's never a foolproof, but like big wicks. That's just like a sign that it's starting to change is when they start putting in those big wicks. Cuz like even this one on higher time frames than the 5 minute, that was a push up and then just a big wick. Okay. Man. All right, I'm going to move this at least up a bit below these levels. I don't like that. They really denied that. I wanted to see them close up above that a ways, and they're just denying it. They're gonna sweep it first before they go. I just don't know how low they're gonna sweep it. I might just want to take it. Take my 1700 on the day. We're so close to just going. Am I at least locking in break even plus? Yeah. So we'll be up 500 back to where we were at the start of the day. Or last night. If that fills me. Man, that is scary though. They denied that push up. Am I missing anything? They put in their sweep. Maybe they're trying to retest something like this. That's scary though. That's steep and far. Yeah, I guess if we drag it over here, I don't know. Yeah, that's not half bad. I mean, touch, 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 touch it again, but ugh, I don't like that. Usually that final like, oh, why are they doing that again? Touch, bounce it back up to the 20s, fall through. I'm gonna give him a chance. This is a pretty obvious stop level at the 18s, just because of that wick. Retest of that trend line for the second time. But that's why it's scary, is they've already tested it 2 times. Third time is not the charm. Or third time's the charm to break it. Because they had, what'd that wick down to? The 32.75s? Ooh. Yeah, right there. I mean, they didn't close above that. That's scary. Yeah, I think they're going to take me out here. How about you guys just sweep? Yeah, sweep that, the 1850s, or go double bottom on it. Ideally, start ripping back up. Damn, it's already noon. Shit's chopping around forever. I mean, as long as they hold it up here and don't just start dropping it fast and hard. As soon as they start dropping it fast and hard, that's kind of when this bull run kind of ends for the day. At least until aftermarket. But if they keep holding it up here and keep chopping higher, putting in higher highs, higher high, one of them's going to pop. One of them's going to pop hard until we get that big top wick. Once we get that massive top wick, that's when it'll look like a top to me. Like right now it doesn't. There's not many massive wicks. So until we get that massive wick with a big rejection, I don't trust that it's done. But I don't know if you watch Patrick Wieland at all, if you know anything about what's going on with that stuff, but he's where I learned a lot of stuff from. Like I was all over the place until I started watching him a bit consistently. I haven't bought his course. I don't really care to. It seems pretty basic and straightforward, but it depends on what level of trading you're at. But watching him and just like watching how his mind works and how he stays out of the markets when they're not doing anything good, like I could really learn more from that. But that's when I started kind of starting to see everything. Was watching him, how he thought about it, what his thoughts on it were. He's like, if this happens, this is probably going to happen. And then you watch it play out. And you do that long enough, and then you start just picking up on it too. But that dude's got an eye for the market. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wouldn't follow his trades. Like I wouldn't copy his trades, but like watching, I don't know. Anytime he starts speculating about stuff, he's usually pretty correct. Man, this is just ridiculously choppy. So what's the hourly look like now? What are we looking at here? Dude, it looks so good. All right, so they already had their little wick down. They might want just a hair more, down to like the 16s on the hourly. Retest that other wick at the, yeah, 16s. I mean, this fresh hourly candle, so if you want to continue being bullish, wait for that little bit of a wick on the hourly. They got to put some type of manipulation down before they go up. Most all candles have wicks in both directions. Just depends on how big they are. But on the hourly, my stops should be at 201, 202. It's really where they should be. It's where the hourly opened at and the previous one closed at. But I just don't want to. If they take me out here, they're going to the 202s probably. Just don't like how they failed that push. That was supposed to be, I mean, yeah, the double top into the sweep of the recent lows, take them out, back through the double top. That was supposed to kind of just go flag, go flag. It's just chopping. But I think if they try to get through the 30s again, through the 35s, they'll go up to at least the 40s. But if they start dropping the 20s, dropping the 15s, they're going to take me out for sure. Then they're going to take out the 06s. That one looks pretty obvious to me. Just kind of sitting out there by itself. I mean, it is also like just under 2 hours till market close, so you're not usually going to get straight up moves like you do in the mornings. That usually only happens for about the first hour and a half. Then it kind of goes into this choppy grind mode, especially after last night with a 200-point move. Like that's pretty sizable. That's the other thing is sometimes they'll make the moves at night instead of the day. And then during the day it's just terrible and choppy and it just floats around everywhere. Very difficult to trade that. Which they did that this morning 100%. They were just all over the place. Like that's hard to, there's nothing really to do here. And then nothing changed and I'm some reason entering in the same zone. Like if they would have broken out all the way through here, started flagging, that's a different story. But they just right back into the zone, the chop zone. There's no reason to be entering any of this. And then all of a sudden, something changes, make a move up, then you might be able to look for something. Then they started kind of moving predictably, where it's kind of just flag up, flag up. Hopefully the same type of thing, consolidation, break through it. And they've been consolidating for long enough where I think they can make a decent move quickly. Because the quicker the consolidation, usually the smaller the moves. When they have these longer periods of consolidation, they have a solid move. But when they do like these real quick, sometimes it's a solid move, but other times it just gives you like a pop and then a drop. It just depends. But this is still looking really good. Like they're holding up here at the highs. they kind of just have this like resistance zone right here, which is like looking good because they haven't dropped away from it yet. They're just sitting at it. I'm gonna remove this because they already broke through those and they're kind of done now. But this resistance zone where they put this top in and then another bounce and then kind of wicked it and then another bounce and another bounce and another bounce, like they keep testing this. Eventually they're gonna get through it. That level can only hold for so long until they go up and have to find more sellers. But the question is, do they need a sweep first? Do they need to trap everyone? Because now the obvious stop is 18. Double bottom down here. Like, they might want to sweep that and then go. But I'm hoping they just kind of chop up through it somehow. Just start pressing through it. It is noon, 12:20. Ugh. Bad time, bad time. Like, ES is starting to deny hard. Like, they put the sweep in. Like, ES is back over here already. They put the sweep in on these previous lows already. Like, the close previous lows. So if ES can start making its way up, it'll squeeze NASDAQ straight up to my TP. But if ES keeps dropping, they might drag NASDAQ down with it. It's great when they're moving together. Now they're moving opposite again. Mildly. They're still holding it up here at this resistance. As soon as they gather the buyers to break through it, I think they're going. They've been here for a while. Those highs are real close. No big top wicks. I think it's got to go. They might even just rip through the 50s and higher too, but I'm not. I'm just gonna lock in my profit where my original plan was. I start moving my TPs up and then like, oh, it can just keep going, and then it just turns around and that's the top. 9 times out of 10, your original thoughts are very correct, and then your thoughts during the trade are very incorrect. But it seems like the other way around when it's happening. It's like, oh, I could make so much more money. It's like, yeah, you could also give everything you just made back. So there's a certain point where you have to just take some profits and be all right with it. Like, you got to be okay with taking profits, getting out, and watching it continue. Like, it's all right. Your idea worked. You don't need to pick the tops and the bottoms. Just need to make your ideas work consistently. All right, this needs to kind of go through here. If they wick it again, that's looking scary. I mean, they basically got to go. They're only 5 points off the all-time highs again. They got to go. I see no reason they wouldn't. Unless they want to do a double top type of deal and like put in the actual high on the daily. All right, let's see a little bit of strength up through the 40s. Not a denial. You got to hold above the 30s right now. Too much below the 30s, and it's looking like it's going to at least hit some type of pullback. And knowing that, it's probably going to be enough to take me out or scare me out, one of the two. Lose over half your profits. Like, we're up good. We're up good. I just think these highs are going to give up. They have to. Well, they don't have to do anything, but looks pretty good. Oh, I'm tired. This is gonna be a fun day. Tired and go to work. Yay. Come on, give me some strength. It's so hard to get strength at 12. Like 10 to 12, like the last 2 hours, 2.5 hours is tough for momentum. Come on, ES, start making your way back up and NASDAQ will rip. They want to go higher. ES is just holding them back right now. Look at this. ES isn't even near its, like NASDAQ up here. ES denied that level that I was talking about. 96.75. So I was saying be careful about that. Here we go. And then they denied it. But NASDAQ wants higher. They're still wanting up. As soon as ES gets back up here, NASDAQ will hit my TP. And they're not even at their highs yet. NASDAQ's right there. And they're already through. Oh yeah, that was weird. ES ran up that day, NASDAQ ran down. That day was weird. Come on, so close. You can't be denying that. Oh, again. Just denying. I mean, that's kind of what the plan was earlier, just kind of slowly putting in higher highs. Eventually one of them is going to pop. One of them is going to pop to put in that top wick if they keep making higher highs. Like, doesn't have to put in a wick to be the top, but most of the time it does. So one of these is going to pop real nice and hard, and either it'll hold it up there and they'll flag again and then start controlling that zone, or they're going to pop it up there and smash it back down, and that's going to be the top for a while. I don't know what a while is, if it means it's on like the high time frames or just a while as in a couple hours in the day. Hard to say. But one of these looks like it's got a pop. Decent little pop through the highs, wick it back down. Put in a nice top wick if that's what they're wanting. Come on, ES, just like pop up real quick. You gotta follow NASDAQ up here. Retesting. So that's the other thing. Turn this, so this resistance zone is now hopefully turning into a support zone, holding this up. If they can hold up above this support zone, looks good. Alright, so this is done. That's useless now. As long as they can hold that support zone, we're looking kind of good. Let's see that hard pop. Hopefully they pop it hard enough to go take me out, instead of just wicking through the highs and giving up before the 45s. Alright, a little bit of strength through here. ES is getting back up there. If we can get them through their highs, I think NASDAQ will go. Come on, don't deny it right here. Give it a little bit of strength. You retested the zone perfectly. Used it as supply. Now let's see it. It's about time. Come on. ES was given up already? They haven't even made it close. What the heck? Alright, we'll just use that as support again, I guess. It's still not really a wick, but the fact that ES didn't make a new high there is scary. Little confluence between the two. NASDAQ made a high, ES didn't. Hmm. I mean, they still could go. I still have faith. I don't think it's just going to drop out the sky out of the sudden, but 12:30. I have 30 minutes till I got a dip. Come on, NASDAQ. 30 minutes. We got till 1 o'clock. Right here. Let's put it. Actually, let's just put my cursor on it. And it'll walk its way over. Whoops. There it is. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. Let's go. Let's go. There it is. Now this, they could wick it, and that looks pretty good to be a top for the time being. But if they continue pushing and kind of hold it up through here, maybe you could look for some continuation. If they put in a nice little flag and a nice little retest of something, you know. You never want to enter on big candles. You never want to be trading, like, entering on big candles. You want to be entering on, like, if you're going long, you want to be entering on pullbacks. You want to be entering on, like, consolidation in a range right here. You see them pushing this, like, resistance zone. They break through it, fail, push it again, fail, push it again. They just keep getting tighter and tighter and tighter. One of those times they're going to get through. Entry on this retest, like a retest of the support zone would also be pretty good. That's kind of a tough one because you're already at the highs. I'm not a huge fan of that. It just depends on location and timing, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. It's not easy. It just takes time. I mean, I'm still terrible at this game, but every once in a while we go on a hot streak. Slowly but surely becoming more consistent. I mean, I got my first prop firm account in July of 2023. So it's been 2 years of trading prop firms and about a year of trading options before that, and a couple months of trading crypto, or I guess 6 months of options, 6 months of crypto, and then found futures. So I've only been doing this for 2 years and a couple months now. So we're still trying to figure it out, but we're definitely getting better. Slowly but surely. But there's that pop I was finally talking about. Eventually, slowly putting in higher highs. One of them's going to pop. One of them's going to pop hard. I mean, that's not very hard, but look at that. Again, this is scary. ES didn't want to make a move. They double topped. They really did not want to go. NASDAQ went. But watching these two in confluence is crucial in my opinion. Some people aren't a fan, but when these two are moving together, they can make shit happen. When they're moving against each other, it's really difficult for anything to happen smoothly. But nice. Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. We're up 4,000 on the trading account for the tournament. Let's go. That's banging. All right, let's open up. I doubt it's updated. Oh, did I? Is it on this one? Yeah. The leaderboard. Is it updated? No, so it hasn't updated. But this is nuts. This is insane. Just today. Holy crap. On the same account that I'm trading. That's insane. 30, 30, 30. There's 3 guys at 30K now? Oh my god. I guess that was updated a while ago, so this list could change very quickly. I mean, if you're risking $40,000 on a trade or a couple of trades, if you can make 40K in a day, you can lose 40K in a day. No problem. So unless that dude locks his profit basically and sizes way the hell down just to keep it, I think he might blow some stuff up. But where are we at? Even like top 50 is 10K. That's ugh. I bet half that list will drop out pretty quick, either today or tomorrow. Some of them, Patrick right here, 41, not bad. He's doing pretty good with 11.6. He's going to keep a bunch of his profit. He's too good to drop it all back. But I have a feeling a lot of these people are going to drop their profits hard. Like 10,000 for top 50 is kind of nuts. And if I'm at 4,000, just under, God, we got a ways to go. Because this would be an awesome opportunity. Place in the top 5, make a little bit of money, but also get the opportunity to possibly go down to Florida. That would be so sick. Plus, get my name out there. Maybe start live streaming more often. Get some people in here. Get some people in here. Have some people to talk to. But yeah, that's gonna be. I can't wait to see this updated later today after close. This is gonna be interesting. Because I think I just have to stay alive. I think I just have to make decent money. I don't have to do anything crazy like the 30K. Because a lot of these guys will keep trying for their 30K days, and they're going to blow up hard and fast. Yep. So they're holding it up here now, so they're looking, at least for now, they're looking good to kind of sort of just keep continuing. Nothing crazy for the time being. I don't think I'm going to enter anything else today because I got to get going in a little bit here, but I'm pretty much done for the day on that. We'll take those stats. That's not bad. We took two different trades this morning. And then we took 2 different trades of profit because we had one last night. The one last night was only for $500 though. Because I mean, I wasn't up till 4 a.m. for that massive move, but I got a little bit of something. I was only in I think 2 contracts as well, so yeah, because I was in 5 for this one, so I was in 2 for the other win. And 6? That doesn't seem right. I thought I was in 5. Or 10, I thought, total. I don't know. But that's the other thing. Average trade losing time, 7 minutes. Longest, 8 minutes. Average winning, an hour, 10, 214. Like, usually the longer term stuff works for me. Because I hold it if it's going in my direction. If it's going against me, I just get the fuck out. Not even that. It's just like I have stops in place. And usually if it isn't going my direction, it hits my stops pretty quick. Yeah, like these are just bad. 1. Why does it not show me the other one? Buy 1, sell 1. What? I guess I was only in 2 contracts? And then 2 more? What? I thought I was in 5. Maybe I was trading lighter this morning, which was good. I didn't lose as bad as I could have. But not too bad. See, red percentage doesn't make sense to. I mean, trade of 8 track stats don't really make sense because this is considered one trade, but this is considered 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 or 5 or 6 trades even, so it just puts that percentage. Realistically, it was 2 trades. And then last night was realistically one, even though it says there's two. And then this one was one. So we're basically 50% win rate right now on this account. Yeah, so one little green, two losses, one green. Yeah, so 50% win rate, but the P&L is what matters. It's the RR. We're just above a 2.0, which is perfect. It's right where I want to be. Yeah, oh, that's part of it, is it auto I tried to put a limit order and it filled me. Like right after I was entered a trade, I tried to put a take profit limit or a stop limit or something, clicked on the DOM and it just filled me. There's that hard denial. That's what I'm talking about. You get that big pop up and then you get a hard denial. Now you can start looking for shorts after that. So they're dropping down to whatever this trend line ish, they're kind of, that's where their support is at the moment. So if they flag here on this trend line, you could look for a break. But if they bounce it back up really high, I wouldn't really mess with it. They might, if they bounce it all the way back up into this zone, see this? So I don't know if your eyes kind of see the same thing as mine. I mean, probably a little bit, but also probably not. This zone right here. This is in my eyes, this is a uh, supply zone where they got up in there, held it for a bit, and then broke out of it. And that's kind of the last hope buyers had, was right here. So there's some buyers that are in long right here that will now, if they get back up in here, they'll probably buy back in again and it will continue. But if they deny this zone and start holding on this trend line or holding below this trend line, you could look for a short down to obvious stops of the 219s right there on these wicks, or an even more obvious stop, the 206s. Like if they flag on this trend line and break down, odds that they break the 206s pretty high, because that's a very obvious stop right there. And if they break that one and then hold it and they don't bounce back up too hard, the next obvious stop, 183. Very good odds they take that one too. That one's really obvious because the double bottom. So if you're trade, I mean, I wouldn't take my trades because I say so, but if they kind of hold down here on this trend line, you got to watch the next couple minutes here. If they fall back over, hold it, fall a little bit, hold it, you might have a decent little entry right here to drop back down into here, if not here. But taking profit is always a hard part. Then you might see another flag back down, and you're just kind of wait for that big wick, the big reaction at the top or the bottom. You're always going to get a big reaction and then a move. You're never, I mean, I guess sometimes like this, you're not get like if you don't get a big reaction, like we didn't get a big sweep down, you're not going to get a big push up. You might get a nice little pop, which is all I was looking for at the time. But until you see that big reaction like that pop up, barely hold it for a second, smash it back into this zone. Right? Like our support zone right here. That's another thing, is that lines up perfectly with the trend line. Where was it? Yeah, right here. This little zone we had earlier. This little level. Tap, tap, break, tap, tap, tap. Break it, tap. Now they're tapping it again. If they kind of sit back here on this level, just the same way as going up, it is going down. Sit here long enough and they don't get a buyer strike back all the way up, it's going to break through that support level again. So it depends. If they bounce it hard back into the zone, they probably want more. If they fail below it, they're probably going to drop it back down. And that's kind of my thoughts on the rest of today. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Get out of there. Holy crap. I was trying to remove this. But there's the reaction through the highs right here. Break through them. They're now back below them. They broke out, failed it. So this very well could be a top for the next couple of hours, if not a day or two. Kind of just depends on how hard they start falling here. But if this flags for a second and just starts dropping and dropping, that's looking like a top for a while. Yeah, so right now the 230s are a big one. 230s are a big level right now. If they stay above the 230s, look for up. If they drop below them, look for down. That's my opinion. Now, I don't know if I'm right, but I'd say the odds are pretty good. But yeah, I'm not going to touch anything else today. I'm going to lock this in. I don't need to lose anything of it. Lock in a good day for day one of the tournament. That's always good. Probably size down a little bit tomorrow so I can keep my profits. Unless there's a really good looking setup where it just is speaking to me. Because I do the best when I'm not looking for setups. If I'm like, oh, if it does this and then this, I'll enter. But then it's like, it'll do that, but then it like does something else, and then it might kind of sort of do something I was looking at, and I'm like, oh, well, it's doing it, and then I'll enter it, and then it doesn't work. The best setups are when you're sitting there, you're like, holy shit, it did this, this, and this. That is my entry. Let's go. That's when those setups are beautiful. If you're like, it has to do 3 different steps before I enter, probably not going to do those 3 steps the way you're thinking. But if you look at the chart and you're like, holy shit, those are the 3 steps I look for, and it just did it, let's enter. Those ones usually work out. But even if they don't, just trade with good stop losses in place. And if you lose, you lose. It happens. Like, whatever. It doesn't hurt to take a small loss. It hurts to take a fucking big loss. That's when it hurts. And that's when you set yourself back weeks, if not months. But small losses, they set you back, what, a day? You got tomorrow. As soon as you wipe out a month's worth of progress, though, that's when your mental is chalked. Game over. Game over. Next couple of weeks are going to be rough if you do that. I am not stoked to go to work. Alrighty. Well, I might call it here. They're just chopping back in the zone. They might make a move up. They might make a move down. I don't really know at this point, so. But I'm pretty much done for the day. But thanks for stopping by, man. It was I mean, I just sit here talking to myself anyways, but it's fun when people ask questions and whatever, hanging out. It's cool. So hopefully I'll see you around. I think I'll be trying to stream pretty much every day this week. Hopefully. We'll see if the motivation stays up for it. But I don't know why I wouldn't. I mean, I just sit here talking to myself anyways, so might as well do it on camera. Track my progress, be able to go back and watch it and see what I did, why I did it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out of here. Hope you have a great rest of your day, my friend. Hopefully we'll see you around.